Hello, it's Chastity again here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different because I am on Windows again and I want to try something. I started a notes file here. There is a tool called w64devkit by someone who goes by the name Skeeto. And this is the link to it in big text in my Notepad++ editor here. And I'm going to go to the page here. It's on GitHub, and it explains that the included tools of this development kit are Mingwei, MinGW, W64 GCC, compilers, linker assembler. It includes a debugger, new make for the make files, BusyBox, standard utilities, all this good stuff. Vim, a text editor that's supposedly one of the best, and yet I don't really know how to use it. All kinds of things. And so in my part zero of my programming series, um, I I had my own custom built setup, and I had showed how that worked in that video. So I won't repeat myself there. But today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to see if I can set things up using W64 devkit because this is very portable. So here's the latest version. And let's see, this was released. When was this released? It doesn't it doesn't seem to say when it was released. Um, yeah, I'm not sure when it was actually released here. But the date was. But this is the most recent version. So there's several different downloads, and there is there's the source of it, of course, but the pre-built one, W64devkit, 1.18.0.zip, and I don't know what the SIG is exactly. I'm curious about that. But it has descriptions of the different downloads. Many exclude C++. So if you're going to use C and no C++, that'd be good. Fortran includes G Fortran and i686 pure 32-bit Windows XP compatible. Minimum requirements, Pentium 4. So if somebody has Windows XP, they can still use this tool. And I'm on Windows 10 on a 64-bit machine, so that doesn't matter for my purpose. So I'm going to download the regular one. Now keep in mind, this is a 70 megabyte download, but that's still a lot less than the 200 plus megabyte download that I had showed in the other video. So because this is by comparison, it's actually quite, 70 megabytes is actually not a very big download at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this to my downloads folder, and I'm going to make a new folder for W64 devkit because I have a feeling that I may put other versions in here as well as I update to the latest version. So let's see how this is. So I saved that file, and I'm going to show, okay, let me go to my Windows Explorer here. Now, I want to just show really quick though. See, my previous compiler system that included all the compiler tools and everything, it was 232 megabytes approximately, or 226 according to the bottom there. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to W64devkit, and I'm going to extract this zip file. I'm just going to right click it, extract all, and we're going to take a look at this. And let me make sure that I am recording. Yes, I am still recording. That's good. Okay, so it's going to take a while for this to all, for all that to extract. That's going to take some time. In the meantime, I'm going to show you something else while that extracts. So in my libstdl files, I have version 2.26.3 here. And that's amazing. That's really nice. But what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to get the latest SDL version, and I'll show you how I do that while I wait for that to extract. So let's open up a new tab here. Or actually, I can use the same tab. We're going to go to libstdl, go to the main website here, and I discovered there's a new version of SDL. It might take a little bit of time for it to. Okay, it's taking a while for that page to show up. Yeah, that's weird. Why is it taking so long? I'm going to click that link. libsdl.org. That's bizarre. libsdl took too long to respond. Yeah, how weird is that? It was working a minute ago. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's just type it in. libsdl. Okay, sdl.org. Let's try that. Maybe the website's being used too much, so that's why it can't be accessed. That's a little bit bizarre. Well, if that fails, that's not the biggest deal. That's bizarre. Let's see if the forums are. Okay, that loads just fine. Ah, let's see here. Yeah, that's just weird. Oh well. Well, if I can't get to the libsdl website because it decides to stop working right while I'm recording this video, then we can go with the previous version. That's not a problem. It's really not. So let me close out of the web browser and let's see how progress is on extracting this. Well, it's still going to take some time. That's apparently a lot of files. So the extracted size is obviously going to be bigger than the original, the original 70 megabyte download. So it's still a lot, but it's a much smaller download compared to what it was before. So let's see here. I'm going to close that out, and I'll try again to access the SDL website. Actually, let's try this. Yeah. Actually, there's another thing. Let's try GitHub. Yeah, let's just try GitHub. Because GitHub usually works for me. And let's see here. Let's see. Your stars. What is your stars? Okay, so I starred w64devkit and also some other Tetris related things. But let's go to SDL. Let's just do libsdl. Okay. What happened? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. It finally extracted. So I'm just trying to search for SDL. Okay, so libsdl.org SDL. Let's see, is that? I want to make sure. Okay. Version 3.0. I'm not sure I understand this. Okay. Okay. Here we are. This is what I was looking for here. Notice how there's a version 2.26.4. Now, there's several different files. Now, we have the, let's see, I'm trying to understand what's going on here. Okay, yeah, those must just be the DLL files, whereas the MinGW files, because the 2.26.3 version, I have that one already. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this latest version of the MinGW development files, because there's no need to compile it from source. But in the future, I might feel like compiling from source. But let's make a new folder, 2.26.4. Okay, I'm going to try that. Okay, so looks like that may take a while before it actually downloads. So it hasn't downloaded yet. I don't know why my web browser is being as quirky as it is. Okay, I'm going to star that project, and I'm also going to do SDL because what's the difference between this and this? Because this here interesting. Oh, this looks like it doesn't have the latest version. So the other one was the correct project. I'm still figuring this out personally. I don't really Oh, this is forked from. So the one I was at before is the official one that has the 17 releases. Well, what about SDL Mixer? Let's go to SDL Mixer because that's used in one of my games here. So, and that has all the good stuff there, including the play wave file. Let's see now. This one, yeah, very cool. I'm reading all this stuff because it's very interesting to me. Let's see. The default MP3 support is provided using DR MP3. SDL also supports using libmpeg123. And enable it by pressing enable music MP3 mpeg123 to configure. Okay, I got it. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm figuring this out myself. I'm not fully understanding everything. But let's go to the releases. Oh, it looks like for the releases, 2.6.3 is still the most recent version of SDL Mixer. So that has not changed. So let's see here. What can we do? Now that everything is here, I extracted, because remember, I had the zip file, and then I extracted here. And we have w64devkit. And then in here, we have this file. Okay, let's first view the README. Let's look at the README here. I'm gonna open this up. Okay, that's very weird. Let's see here. Okay. So if we open this executable file, it will launch a console window with the environment configured and ready to go. Okay. Yeah, so you can also set the path, obviously, just like I did with my other script. No installation required, run it anywhere as any user, simply delete when no longer needed. So let's try this. It has a lot of information here that I'll want to read more about in the future. But it has, okay, there are 3 options. It's all under the sys root, okay. Okay, appended installation directory or CPath and lighter path. Yeah, I understand some of this stuff, but I'm not going to read it all right now. I'm going to read it later. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump into it. We're gonna just run this executable file here. And of course, Microsoft always wants to warn about running software. We're going to run it. Oh, check this out. This is interesting. So what have we got here? Hey, look, it's like being in Linux. That's actually really cool. So, interestingly though, it looks like here we are in my home folder. So let's see here. What about CD? CD, yeah, it goes to the root directory. Or what if we did cd c / users. Interesting. So you can use both, yeah, so you can use both the, yeah, that's cool. So it functions as it uses your files on your system here. So let's go to cd/sdl. Okay, here we are. So this is the folder that has my environment already configured. Let's see about going to cd games. Now here we have SDL Chasers and Chasebox. Because we know that it compiled in my previous example. We know it can compile and run using my other system here. But here, what do we got? First of all, we're going to remove main.exe. And let's try something. Let's try typing make. SDL2 config.found. See, that's the thing. No SDL, there is no SDL because SDL is not installed in the system. Now let me try something. SDL make.bat. Now that runs the bat script. So that works. That there it certainly works, which is really cool. And it runs the game, but that's a workaround. Because whenever we try to run it within the base system here, okay, and let's look at path. Okay, we're going to echo path here. I did not mean for that to be lowercase. Yeah, see, this is very strange how that is. Okay, first of all, I'm going to exit out of that because I'm going to open this new window here. See, because here we have SDL Chasers here. And because this script here already works. This works because it's the same as what I had set in the other thing, but it is a special script that sets up my other compiler system here. But now I want to simplify it. I want to make this much simpler. So let me try, and first of all, I want to look at this here. So we have w64devkit. And it has all these tools. It has so many amazing tools. Tons of tools. I mean, just look at all of these tools. It has so many tools, more than I could ever possibly understand what they all are. And the executables are actually very small. It has so many tools. Like, it would take me a really long time to actually learn all these. What is BusyBox? I'm just going to try to run BusyBox. Oh, that doesn't work. Well, anyway, let's go back to w64devkit.exe. And remember, this is still in the folder where I first extracted it. Then we're going to go to cd SDL. We're going to go here. Let's go to cd games again. cd SDL Chasers. Okay. So typing make does not do much because even though if we do cat makefile, that has the that basically has the compiling command. But because there is no SDL config file and there's no SDLH file, that's simply not going to work. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, do I have... Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's go to my downloads and let's look. Looks like the file downloaded successfully from the web browser. So here it's a very small file here. We're going to extract the SDL files. I'm going to try extracting this. And that won't take too long. So all I did was extract the w64devkit. I ran the executable, ran a little environment, and then, what do we have here? Very interesting. And I want to read just a little bit about this. So It has 32-bit files, it has 64-bit files, and it has to install SDL for native development, make native, to, to install, for cross-compiling development, make cross. And I don't know very much about this system here because I know the path is a little bit different. I don't want to accidentally do something because this is not really that sandbox. The fact that it can access other files on my Windows partition is both a blessing and a curse. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, okay, first of all, let's look at, let's go here, let's go to w64devkit, and here is it. We have bin, include, we have lib, okay. So there's bin, there's include. Interesting, there's nothing in the include, but there is something in lib. Very interesting. But then that has include. So it has all that stuff. Extremely interesting. It has share. It has vim. Huh. Yeah, it has all kinds of amazing programs. It has source. I don't fully understand this. What is this? It's tiny standalone launcher for w64devkit. This avoids running a misbehaving monitor CMD in the background. So this may be the source of the executable. Okay, that's cool. That's very cool. So we have lib. So let's try something. We have the dev kit here. Here it is. Let's try copying from the 64-bit here. We have bin include and share SDL2.m4. Configure paths for SDL. I don't even know if that file is relevant, but what we're going to do here, we have all of these things. Oh, and there's docs. That's for installing on various platforms. But I'm going to do what seems to me the most obvious choice. We're going to copy everything. Well, let me first take a look. We have that file. We have that SDL config. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And we have the include. All right. So we're just going to copy all of these files here from inside this archive, the 64-bit edition. Then we're going to copy it into here. And it copied those files in there. If I try it again, it had 91 files with the same name. It's going to skip these files because we've already copied them. So now that I've copied them into that folder, let's try this. Clear, and let's type make again. Will it work? It works. Like, it actually works. I just copied the development files from SDL into the environment here. That is quite incredible. It just works out of the box. Who would have thought? Now, interestingly, there is something kind of interesting I want to try. So it works. So SDL2-config. Interesting. C flags. And then at shows, yeah, it just shows that it has, yeah, it shows exactly where it is. That's really incredible. I just copied it into the correct folders and it just set it up because, okay, first of all, yeah, so path. Okay, echo path. Because it has the path set to automatically be the bin folder. And actually, let's look for env. Oh, look at this. This shows the different environment variables. That's actually w64devkit. Cool. So it knows where it is. So it can now compile and run my program as is with the current make file using sdlconfig to, and let me try running that command again. sdlconfig cflags. It knows the correct flags to do that. Well, let's try something then. Let's try, okay, we're gonna do cd dot, and let's see if we can compile chased, okay, box game. We're gonna try that and see if it works or not. Because if we do make, it cannot find SDL mixer. It doesn't have that, doesn't have the mixer file in it. So let's try this. Let's just give it a try and see if this will work or not. So, I'm going to go to, let's see, where is that? Okay, so there was the downloads for that. And then, so we already have that one. Yeah, because this was exactly just what it had in it. In fact, and since I only copied this part, that's only that 26.8 megabytes, and not all of the files were necessary. So then let's go back to libstdl. Let's go to 2.6.26.3 here. Let's try this. So let's extract the mixer development files. Yeah, because that is, what exactly is that file? I just want to see what this file only contains the DLL file. Yeah, I actually don't need that particular file because I already have it from the other archive. So we can get rid of this zip file, and then we're going to extract the mixer archive. It's not actually a very big file. And then look at this. We're going to copy the 64-bit edition. We're going to do the same thing because it has the include files. Yep. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. It has the lib, it has the mixer, has the package config. That's not bad at all. So yeah, let's just copy it. Let's just try copying it. We're going to copy that from there. And then we're going to copy it into our dev kit. How interesting. So we copied those files. And now let's try make. Will it work? Oh. Well, I think it's safe to say that it works. However, yeah, I mean, it has, because it worked with my previous development environment. And let's go here, because there was the chastress, so Chase box game, it has all of the DLL files already required in here. They're all here. The MPEG, the OGG, the Opus, all of those are already in the directory here. And yet I was able to compile and run it. That's interesting. Now there is something else I want to try though. While I still have my development environment, let's try, okay, package config, SDL2. Okay, actually, I'm going to try something. I'm going to go to the web browser and I'm going to get on Reddit because there was something that Skeeto told me. Okay, I did not mean to go there. Okay, that was the castration thing. Okay, so let me go to, okay, so Skeeto here. So he said, okay, package config. Let's see, package config. So, okay, package config. Let's see, package config. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this now. Not all of those are necessarily going to be in there, but let's just try running this command. Could not find package SDL2. Interesting. That's bizarre. And I don't understand the whole package config path here. Let's try package config. Yeah, because now my path is different than way it was. But let's look in the package config. Okay, let's go here. Okay, this here, I can close out that window. Okay, and I can close out that one. So now let's go to lib package config. So there are package config here things. So let's try. Let's try exporting the package config just like he said. So okay, package config path equals. Okay, I'm going to try. First I'm going to, okay, I'm going to export package config path. I'm going to copy this part of the command. I'm going to copy that part, and then I'm going to take the directory here where the package config files are. And then we're going to put this in quotes. Ooh, I think I messed up while copying it. So copy that, and then shift insert. Okay, there we go. Let's try that. And now we're going to try the package config command. Oh, interesting. It works. Huh. Could not find STL, yeah, image. Yeah, could not find STL2 image. But it does find, okay, yeah, because, so this is very important. See, this command, this is a modification of what Skeeto gave me on Reddit. So I'm going to add this to my notes because I have a file of notes here. Okay. Export this. And of course, it's going to change, obviously, depending on my paths. And I do think, well, there are other paths. I'm going to customize this in the future to make sure this works because there are other environment variables. Okay, so I'm definitely going to improve on this. But let's see here. I'm going to try something. First of all, CLS. Okay, CLS. Okay, first of all, yeah. So I'm going to. Okay, it works. It definitely works. But let's try something. So clear. And then let's take a look at exporting the. Okay, okay. This command here will tell us. Huh. Well, that's bizarre. Okay, yeah, first of all, let's run that command, and then, okay, there it is. So this here is this contains all of the flags needed to, yeah, that contains all of the needed flags. So that's one example of the output. But then this, okay, let's try that. So, but then let's also look at, instead of package config, we're going to do SDL2 config, and it gives us, interesting, it gives us the exact same things, except that it appears that the slashes are reversed slightly. So Linux, it's very interesting. SDL config. So, but it appears to be the same thing. Huh. But it has, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see. We don't even need that. Oh, very strange. Very interesting. I'm not fully understanding this, but it seems like it is working. Um, so let's see here. So here's what I'm going to try here. I'm going to try something a little bit different. So I'm going to run w64devkit again here, because it has all of the required files in there. So if we go to w64devkit, okay, environment variables, let me go back to the README. The README file, actually, I want to read this file too here. Okay, linked against that runtime. Okay. I don't understand all of that. All right. Okay, so, but let's look at the README file here. So, it says, it sets two environment variables. So, w64devkit home, the installation root, and w64devkit to the version. Okay, so let's try something. Let's try, so I'm inside the system, so let us echo. Okay, oh, I need to put the $sign. Okay, so the version of w64devkit is 1.8.0. Well, that's cool. But what's much more interesting is w64devkit home. So we're going to copy this, and then we're going to, okay, echo. Interesting. So this environment variable, this is very important. So the dev, so this variable here is automatically going to be wherever we ran this from. So this is extremely important. So I'm going to copy this command and I'm going to, see, I'm going to, okay, need to find my file of my SDL notes here, or my w.devkit. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is, okay, we're going to do this here. We're going to do echo that, and instead of actually putting that long path there, because this equates to be the exact same thing. Instead, we're going to replace this part of it using this. So if we set the config path here, wait, okay, wait. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to do this just right. So, w64devkit home slash live.packageconfig. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Yeah, we're gonna try doing this. Okay, so I have this. So going to copy this. Okay, I tried to copy it. I'm not sure quite how the copy pasting works. So we've exported that. So now let me go back to this. Let's see here. So let's try, since I'll try package config. Okay. Yeah, this is very helpful information. So let's try. Yeah, we're going to try this. So we're not going to include these because these two libraries are not used in my game, and I only have the SDL2 and SDL2 mixer here. All right, so let's see how this works here. Very interesting. That works. That just really, really works. So it has all the correct flags there. So let's put it into an actual test. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a little bit of a test here. So let's try. Since okay, we have a make file here. But okay, where are we at? Okay, I need to go back to that folder here. Okay, SDL. Okay, CD games. Okay. Then we're going to do CD chased box game. Okay. And one thing that I'm going to do before I proceed is I'm going to go to my my email here, because I email myself backups of things. I'm always emailing myself backups of things. So let's see. Chased box game. Okay, that should be a space here. What is the most recent? Okay, filled circles and star polygons. So here is the latest source code that I emailed to myself while I was on Linux at the time. So I'm going to save. Yeah, I'm going to save. Gonna save this to a temporary folder. That's what I just have a little temporary folder here that I do here. So if I open this file here, okay, because I want to update the source code before I recompile this here. We're going to go to temp. We're going to extract my source code of my latest development of my game. There were a few changes. And then let's copy paste all the files from here onto this directory here. We're going to copy and replace all of those files. That's what we're going to do. So all the source files have been updated. So now there's two ways to do this. One way, because the make file would not have changed for that update necessarily. So one of these methods, actually, okay, one of these methods is the Unix SDL mixer. So we know that this one works here. This one works. Okay, so let's try something. Let's make a new rule. Well, okay. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, first of all, let's test this command that's currently in the make file. I'm going to try that. Going to test it out here. So first, that command compiles it. It compiles it, and then we run it. And let's see how it works. Well, it works. Big star and circle were in the game now. So we have that command that works, but now what we want to do is we want to do a modified command here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this command, but I'm going to add this to my notes here. So instead of doing SDL2 config C flags and libs, we're going to, okay, well, first of all, I want to do the usual way I compile using SDL2 config script. Okay. So that's the usual way. But the second way, using, okay, yeah, package config. Okay, so this example, we're going to, we're going to export this. Yeah, we're going to, yeah, so we have this package config C flags. All right, let's try this. We're going to try this indeed. So we're going to replace this command with the other command. So package config instead. We're going to try this. So let's try this here. Huh. It seems like it works. Seems to compile it. Yeah, it works. So now that we know that this way works, let's add it to the make file. We're going to add a new rule to the make file. Let's see. This is going to, I know, because now that was my command for just plain SDL with no mixer added. But let's just add another, let's add another rule here. So we'll just call this PKG. We're going to call it PKG, a rule named PKG, new line, tab, and then run this. Oh, it's supposed to be PKG, not PGK, because it has package config. Okay, PKG. So I'm going to write, I created a new rule in my make file. So let's try this. Now that we have it, let's try setting this up. I'm going to exit from the development environment because now I have it. I have it all set up. And let's go to the downloads because this is still in my downloads folder here. So we're going to open this up and we're going to do cd/sdl cd games cd chased box game. Okay. And then, okay, let's try something. Cat make file. And then we're going to do make pkg. Missing separator. How interesting is that? Okay, let's try running this command here. Okay, let's try seeing what it does here. Could not find package SDL2. That's because the package config path has not been set. So here's what has to be done. Let me go back to, where's my notes? Okay, yeah, that's weird. Okay, and we don't need these files in the temp anymore. We can delete those because I've already copied everything over. So, okay, so let's export the package config path here. Let's add, okay, yeah, let's add that there. We're going to add that to the make file. We're totally going to do that. Okay. If we add this to the make file, let's see here. And so before it runs that compile command, it's going to update the path like that. Okay, so now let's try it. Let's try running this again. Make package. Missing a separator. I wonder what it means by missing separator. Oh, wait. It's a tab. Yeah, what is up with this? Why is it treating these like spaces instead of tabs? Yeah, that's a little bit weird. I'm not sure why it's doing this. I'm really not sure why it's doing this. Sport. Okay, that command runs fine. But then when we run this command, it works, but it says missing separator. Let me look at something here. Preferences, if there's anything related to tabs. Editing, tabs. Auto completion. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that it's messing up. Okay, I think it's messing things up because it's behaving as if those are spaces rather than. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this. Okay, open with. We're going to open up with straight old notepad. Let's see here. Let's open this here. Yeah, okay. I think we found our issue. Tab. Yeah, I don't know why Notepad++ does that, but those were not tab characters. That's what it meant. Let's try make package. Yep, it compiles it. It compiles it. Now we have make package. It actually works. Who would have thought, right? Huh. It just amazingly works. Now that we have that, and then we type main, it works whether we type main or we type main. Either way, it works. It just works. Okay, that is good to know. So here's an interesting thing to think about it. So okay, echo path. Okay, cool. It knows exactly what the path is. Let's try something. Now we have the w64 dev kit. Everything is still here in the downloads folder. But what if, instead of having it here, I simply copy this folder. We're going to copy this folder, or rather, we're going to cut it and put it in C. So we've moved the entire dev kit here. Let's see if it still works. Okay, echo path. Yep, the path is still there, dev kit. Okay, there it is. So, okay, here we are, cd c. Oh, just okay, cd/sdl. All right, cd games, cd chased box game. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So we have, let's try make package. Ooh. Interesting. Couldn't find the package, huh? Huh. Let's try this. Okay. The standard make command works. It works. But then why doesn't, when I do make package, why doesn't it work? Huh. Echo 64. Okay. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think I know what's wrong. Okay. I know what's wrong. I figured it out. What's wrong with my make file? Well, that's strange. I thought it was... Huh. Echo 64 dev kit home. That's weird. Okay, let me read more about this. I'm still not sure if I understand what's happening here. Is there some kind of error? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm having a hard time understanding what's going on. Okay. Cat make file. Make pkg. pkg. It's bizarre. Config path equals 64. It doesn't have the that's weird because it doesn't seem like it actually includes the $sign when it's done here. That's very weird. That's bizarre. It runs from the terminal, but it doesn't actually run. I guess it's because it's not a real Linux environment. Well, I don't fully understand it here. Um, that's bizarre. I mean, I know it works, but why is it not working the way I expected? Yeah, it is not working at all how I expected. So, Let's see here. Let's just try, if I just try without the export, try that. We'll try without that. And then we will try it with this. Hmm. Well, I don't fully understand it, but I know that it works. So let's go back to SDL. Let's do w64devkit's note. The second way is where I set I set the the package config path. I set it equal to that, and then I run that command and it compiles it. So there's two ways to compile it, and both of it add the flags. I don't fully understand this method, but I know that it works. So I'm just going to remove this makefile rule here because it's not needed. I never used package config before, and I don't understand. I need to learn a lot about it. But the bottom line is that I now have a valid development kit, and it just works. I can do my makefile. Interesting. And actually, I'm going to try. I know what I'll do. It's not exactly a game per se, but I do have an example. Actually, let's do OpenGL. Okay. So let's I'm going to download all these files here to documents.temp. We're going to open the file here, and we're going to extract this file here. And we're going to put this here. We're going to call this SDL OpenGL. It's a very descriptive name. We're going to go here and we're going to copy those source files. And I'm going to close out several of these. Yeah, we're going to close those out. We don't need all of these things. Simplify it. Okay, we're going to go up one directory. We're going to go to cd sdl OpenGL. Let's just type make. Ooh, interesting. Warning, ISO C90 does not support long log. That is most interesting. Because it's a warning. Ah, cannot find OpenGL. Okay, well, there is a way to handle this though, because different flags are used. Okay, to get this working, I'm going to have to look at the make file here. We're going to go to games. See, so the make file here, that is the Linux version where it does that. But what we're going to do here is we're going to open it with just plain old Notepad because it works. And then in order to get the correct flag, okay, so I'm going to do a new rule when SDL open GL. Okay, yeah, new rule. Then I'm going to go to my GitHub account and get a very important thing here. Actually, come to think of it, I'm trying to remember how I did this. It's been a little while since I did my OpenGL. Because I know that I did have my repository somewhere. Well, I think it was in my Google Drive. I'm pretty sure it was. Okay, we're gonna go to OpenGL. We're gonna look at my SDL OpenGL. Okay. Okay, Tetris GL. Let's look at in Tetris GL because inside this it may have the correct. No, that I would use it. Okay, the make file. Okay, I'm going to. It won't let me. Okay, let's see. It won't let me view it. Well, actually, let me try something. Because first of all, this used GLFW. It did. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to download this file. Okay, we're going to open it and just view it. Okay, here it is. Yeah, oh, I see. Package config. I was using package config and didn't know I was using package config. So notice in the Linux we had to use OpenGL, but we had to use OpenGL 32 in Windows. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. OpenGL 32. Or actually, let's just go right back here. We're going to copy paste this command. Everything will be the same except instead of OpenGL, it's OpenGL 32. We're going to try this. Okay. So now, because doing just regular make doesn't work, it gives an error. Okay, can't find OpenGL. But let's do cat make file, and let's do make win SDL OpenGL, and then it works. The program works. It still gives a warning. It still gives a very bizarre warning, and yet it works. It's a valid SDL program, and it just plain works. Okay, that's very good to know. So, if I wanted to get rid of the warnings, however, I could still get rid of the warnings. That wouldn't be hard to do. Let's just change, instead of wall, ANSI, pedantic, let's just remove those extra flags. And it works. It just works amazingly. So now I have a working make file that can, using a slight variation of the commands, I can compile on Linux or Windows. I compiled this on Linux earlier. How it works is a little bit more complicated, but it most certainly works. Although it's most definitely behaving differently on Windows than it did on Linux. That's bizarre. Yeah, that's weird. Well, I don't fully understand what's wrong with it, but I know that it works. And with that, I'm going to end this video and make sense of it later. I learned some things about w64devkit.